Premier is gone.
Yes, the coward has already fled. The USSR is at death's door, comrade.
Which is why we must hurry. Sir, I beg you, please.
What is this? Some sort of escape route?
No, sir. 12 months ago, I was put in charge of a top-secret project.
Whatever it is too late.
With respect, General, you are wrong. Please. For you see, sir, time is on our side.
No, it isn't ready. It hasn't been tested. We don't even know if it works.
If what works?
My time machine.
Prepare these coordinates.
No, please.
Now!
Sir, no, please, no. Please, honey.
Get in!
All right.
You cannot be serious.
Come, Comrade General. A new world order awaits. Come!
No, touch nothing. We mustn't do anything to disrupt space-time continuum.
Where are we?
Brussels, 1927.
1927.
The Solvay International Physics Conference.
Is that Einstein?
Yes, Doctor. The man most responsible for our enemy's technological superiority. The man who made them invincible.
What do you plan to do?
Gentlemen?
Doctor!
I do not understand.
We have altered the past and changed the present.
Ah, good to see you, sir. I have the reports from the front that you requested.
Thank you. What do you have for me?
I'm sorry, Comrade General. I meant Premier Cherdenko. Sir, the Allies are on the run soon. Western Europe will be ours.
You hear that, General? Our enemies have been defeated.
Hold on, sir. I'm receiving an emergency transmission from our northern base.
They're attacking! There are too many! We have to evacuate!
Who is attacking?
The Imperial war machine has been unleashed. Do not struggle against what is inevitable. All who stand in the way of our divine destiny will be swept away by the march of history. You will bow before us, or you will cease to exist.
Sir, it appears that the Empire has mounted a full-scale assault.
What empire?
The Empire of the Rising Sun, of course.
We now have two mortal enemies?
We must unleash our nuclear weapons. Annihilate them all.
Excuse me, General?
Our nuclear weapons? Our atomic bombs?
Don't you understand? Without Einstein, there is no nuclear weapons because we have altered the space-time continuum. Oh, who knows what nightmares we have created.
You gotta love that. You got to love that introduction. So that is our good old-fashioned prologue. The Soviets have gone back in time and eliminated Einstein. Who would have guessed? And I'll tell you what, you're gonna see some massive plot holes with most of that. But yet, here we are. Welcome, my fellow commanders, my shoguns, my armchair generals. This is Red Alert 3. You're gonna get a lot of Red Alert 2 vibes from it, I can tell you. I know I certainly do, especially with this opening with the bombing of a particular city and with a particular statue in the foreground. So, let us begin our campaign and see what we can do for the Soviet Union, shall we? Maybe we'll make these blimps really happen. We'll see. And this campaign will be running from the left to the right, so eventually we'll run through the Soviets, the Allies, and then my favorite faction, the little sun on the horizon that we all love. But right now, we're going to be the Hammer and Sickle Boys. Red, gold, maybe even rust. But let us begin.
Commander, as you can see, our situation is shockingly grim. All our divisions are concentrated in Europe, pushing the Allies west. This empire knows very well that we're vulnerable right now. They will be expecting us to fall swiftly. At this very moment, their invasion force moves relentlessly towards Leningrad. I have chosen you to defend the USSR in this difficult hour because I need a commander who does not believe in defeat. Someone who will not simply drive our enemies back, but ultimately annihilate them, humiliate them, and show them no mercy. General Kirkov, would you like to meet our new commander?
New commander?
Yes. We're sending him to protect Leningrad.
Even though I told you it was foolhardy to try and defend that city.
If Leningrad falls, the Soviet people will begin to lose hope.
Yes? Well, I wish him luck then. The Empire's technology is highly advanced, and he will likely be vastly outnumbered, but of course, it is an honor to sacrifice one's life for the motherland, is it not?
Indeed.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a nation to defend.
Comrade Dasha will be your information officer and will coordinate all our communication.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Commander, the armies of the Empire are closing in as we speak.
Make haste, Commander. Time is of the essence.
Which I don't know why it would be. Considering I'm sure the small force that they have defending that area, even if they were ambushed, you have to ask the question, are they going to go all the way through Siberia? Because that's really what you're going to do. You're going to run through Siberia, or you're going to go down to the southern portions, which you'd hit Mongolia and China, which I'm sure if as they're going down those southern portions, they're not going to be very happy with the people who they're going to run into. Nevertheless, something you'll note that I certainly liked is the fact that we have our good Soviet friends. If you looked at the Premier and our good general friend, they end up having, or General Krukov, they end up having a completely different aesthetic now. But it's incredible. It's just incredible how they ended up changing those over to make them seem like they're obviously more important and their new positions, but yet also demonstrates subtly that they're both still very incompetent. And I'll point more of that out later. But since it's only me, we're doing a solo. And so funny enough, since this game was on the 360, you could have actually played co-op with your buddy. Oh, that would have been interesting to watch. But let us continue.
We know little about the Empire's invasion force other than that they are extremely mobile. They have surrounded Leningrad and are assaulting the city by way of the canals. Save our great metropolis. It is a symbol of the people's revolution. We've assigned the legendary sniper Natasha to your command. She will help you to help defend the city and eradicate the invading Imperial soldiers. Das Vidanya.
And see, that makes no sense. Japan's way over here. And you're telling me they got forces way over here. I mean, granted, I'm sure people can break through ice. If you have icebreakers, you can eventually go through the northern, the actual northern nether regions. Or the northern regions, I should say. And then you can end up hitting the tender nether regions, going across here. But, how would you even do that? How would you do that? Without anybody knowing either. It's like, well, we've pushed the Allies down, right? You know, we've defeated the Allies, correct? Or have we just... it blows my mind, just from that introduction and what we actually end up doing as our first mission.
Leningrad is under siege. Repel the Imperial invaders and protect the fortress using our remaining forces in the vicinity. Natasha herself is available to assist in this dark hour. Your objectives are... secure the fortress in the heart of Leningrad. Once secure, more forces will be available. Good luck to you.
I do like that with the introduction of the third game, we do get a small mini-map. It makes you feel like the old CNC games where they had a small map and it would tell you, we want to hit here, and here's the map, and we want to take this position, etc., etc. Feels good. Feels really good. Very nice. And for those who are veterans of the game series, you'll notice something about this mission. You'll notice something very real.
The Empire's blockade has kept us from getting onto the island. We're now attempting emergency landing operation. Use the surviving forces to secure the fortress.
And our famous Natasha. She's great.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. New objective received. Select Natasha. She excels against enemy infantry.
And obviously this is going to be a very hand-holding
Natasha can
tutorial.
call down an airstrike on the gates.
See, I hate that about these. Too much hand-holding. Too much hand-holding. It's great if you want to let me, you know, do these things, demonstrate to me to do these things, but don't sit here and make it a cutscene. It's not a problem now, but you'll see what I'm talking about later on.
Just another stick. What next? The pleasure's all mine. Just another stick. The hunt continues.
Oh!
Let's be off.
And if you're
I'll
actually
keep it in mind.
caring to do this, you can
Lights
hit
up.
2 targets at once.
Objective
See,
complete.
sometimes I just think it's going to automatically go for the last one,
Hey,
but never
comrade,
does.
it's Oleg. They made me your co-commander for this mission. Let's catch up if we live to do this, yeah?
R.I.P., man, R.I.P.
Mine are the men in green uniforms. They only take orders from me, but hey, you can always boss me around if you want.
I would hope so. Hopefully they would take orders from somebody.
On the move.
If not, well,
New
I'm just sitting here and taking
objective
up
received.
space.
New construction options.
I'm happy they actually gave
Select
me
your
the
barracks
responsibility
and
of
train
building
5
flag troopers, because they
to
could have
fight
done
for
the
you.
exact
Flag
opposite and just
troopers
gave
are
me
effective
soldiers and
against
the
air
AI
targets
flag
and
troopers.
vehicles.
'Cause the AI is not very bright. Even though they do get some flag troopers, don't they? They do.
That couldn't have been the last of them.
Okay.
What are those sneaky goats planning?
Flag trooper doing my time. What's it gonna
And I
be?
do like the flag troopers in this
Flag
much more than I
troopers
did
doing my
the
time.
second one. They're at least more original in design.
Greetings from the Empire of the Rising Sun. I am Commander Kenji Tenzai, and it will be a great pleasure for me dismantling your cherished city today.
Now I wonder why they actually forced those
Attacks incoming from the south.
tsunamis.
My forces are on it.
Where on earth did they get this monstrous out But
A
then I
unit
rest.
is under
Then
attack.
see what it's like.
Hey, whatever you're doing, only with the tanks running you over. Obviously.
Then see what it's like.
AI's bright enough to do that. They'll run over your units,
I'm
thankfully.
innocent, I swear. Okay, but then I rest. They're staring us down. Black trooper doing my time. Flack 'em. Can I black trooper doing my time?
Natasha Volkova.
Beats being in the gulag.
Yeah, do first.
Black trooper.
This is a pretty easy first mission, obviously.
A unit is
But,
under
What do I get?
I gotta say, this is the kind of tutorial stuff that I actually do like. You know, you're in charge of some small operation.
See you next.
You do your operation, You succeed or you fail, and if you fail, then obviously you have to redo it, but if you succeed, you understand the basics of the game very easily. And without too many people just telling you, let me cut it to a cutscene and tell you this is how it's going to be, or, you know, so much dialogue.
You ain't hiding from nobody.
Also, it's a nice introduction to
Train more
the
conscripts to defend the fortress.
new faction.
Black trooper doing my
The stuff that you really want to see.
Natasha here.
You're gonna make me carry this? Yeah, yeah.
Because you'll notice something interesting about the Soviets in this game. Because you'll notice these units, they may be designed a little bit different, but they still function in the same way. So the two basic units you saw in 2 are back. So you have the conscripts, and then you've got the flak troopers. Though now they actually have a secondary ability, which is great.
So this is what they call
Do not be too pleased with yourself. The real attacks are only about to begin.
Oh no, the real attacks are going to begin.
Those last attacks felt pretty real to me.
Yes.
The Empire has begun assaulting the Hermitage Museum. It contains Russia's most precious historical treasures. Saving it will go a long way in giving our people hope at this dark hour.
Which I don't know why a museum would give anybody hope, but okay.
A new bonus objective received. The bullfrog can eject your infantry up to the Hermitage.
I feel like this is a joke about the Soviet Union and their use of tractors on television. I feel like that this is really that kind of joke. It's like, well, you know, you defend this museum even though this museum has nothing that anybody's going to really pay attention to. Yet we're still going to have it. Maybe it actually has significance to Russians, and I have no clue. But it doesn't seem like anybody would be really paying attention to that, you know?
You saved the Hermitage. This will restore great hope for the people. But it is not yet time to celebrate, for if the fortress falls, it will all be for nothing.
And is that a rip on,
your troopers are needed back
come on.
at the fortress. The bullfrog transport
is that a
may launch
rip
them across the
on
canal.
Heritage? Like a
Funds
Heritage
transfer.
museum? Which then it's like, I could understand some cultural works, but the Soviet Union is known to destroy a lot of that kind of stuff, just because it is the now, you know, it's the new. It's what is new for the people. Oops, I forgot to turn those off.
Cancelled.
I
It's on
made
me.
Premier proud.
That is on me.
We serve glorious Union.
Natasha.
The fortress is under attack. The Empire's forces are approaching through the canals from all sides. The fortress must not fall, comrade.
Now, does anybody know what this mission reminds them of? Any veterans out there? Think about it. I'll tell you, but I want you to think about it real hard.
Let's see how you fare with the Emperor's Shogun battleships.
I don't know why you didn't start with those.
Our ally is under attack.
Someone's gonna pay.
And see that introduction where it actually spins the unit or spins the camera around to demonstrate something cool like
The
that.
objective received.
It is a pain. It is
My
a
men will defend the
pain.
fortress to the last. I'm gonna need you to take out those battleships.
Unit lost.
So this is war.
I won't rust if I go for a bit.
Natasha can swim out into the canals in order to call in airstrikes against the battleships.
It's a pain because, you know, most of the time you can actually get back into the fighting because they're going to allow the AI to get a few cheap shots in on you and say, haha, see, we
So many
So this
times.
are
is what they call
succeeding.
community service.
Next, I'll walk from here. Doesn't have a chance.
We're succeeding because we're holding your hand and making sure you can't do anything. And your units don't even do any damage either, which is just, it's bothersome.
We have granted you access to our new weapon,
Or at least don't do it
the
competently.
magnetic satellite. This powerful magnet in space can focus its attraction on a single metallic vehicle. Use it wisely.
And here's something new from
Under
the...
attack.
Anybody?
It's new for anybody who hasn't played Generals,
Open the top secret
but I'm happy they brought this in
and choose
from
the magnetic
Generals.
satellite.
And it is
continue.
Powers, the top secret
Magnetic
protocol.
satellite
But really,
ready.
it's just powers that you can
Select
have.
target. The magnetic satellite is ready to use. Use it against the battleships. You may select and guide the magnetic satellite to affect more targets.
All right.
Here I am.
Just wait till I get the
Natasha
chainsaw.
here. Yes, I see him.
And still, this is, again, I like to take a comment on this fact. It's a fantastic tutorial. And like, if the whole tutorial was more or less like this, where you had more open, hey, these are the objectives, go do it, this level would be more tolerable.
Worms feast on this one.
Even though it is short and sweet. It could be shorter and sweeter. So things could go
Our
pretty
ally is
well.
in our threat.
This is just the beginning. Expect to see much more of me and the other shogunate leaders.
I hope so.
Okay, but then I rest.
I
I don't want
hope
you to
they're more
commit
of a challenge than
Sudoku.
you.
Objective complete.
No Sudoku, please. Go do it.
The fortress still stands and Leningrad is safe. Excellent work. The Premier will surely be pleased.
I'd hope so. It looks like a useless building to me. So, for anybody who doesn't know what that mission was a parody of, or has very close similarities to, it is the first mission as the Allies, as you play with Tonya. So, instead of Tonya, you get Natasha. And, instead of the Statue of Liberty, it is Leningrad. And obviously, instead of the Soviets and Allies, it's Soviets. And the Empire of the Rising Sun, which is kind of silly, but it's okay. Let's see.